So here we are, guys. We have got a leak about the My Hero Academia anime, and I'm just going to get straight into it. It was leaked by a French streaming site, and I believe that it was them, or like I believe a different sort of people that actually leaked out like the actual domain to the anime anyway. So it was like, well then, that kind of happened. And here's the thing with it, as you can see in the title already. My Hero Academia listed with 13 episodes, and normally when it's like kind of leaked by this, like like a southern site, it's always like 90% true. It's always there. I to be fair, every time I've seen like, oh, it's been leaked with this amount of episodes, I have never once been like, oh, actually that's like, you know, that's actually false later on. It's like every time I've seen it, it's like, oh, that's legit true, and I'm just like. Here's the thing with with this being like 13, and it was like a lot of people, oh, it should be 24, it should be ongoing. Like, I'm just gonna say it right now, this thing shouldn't even be happening yet. Like, we shouldn't even be at this part yet of having an anime. Like, cause this is the thing with it, like. People saying this is the next generation Naruto. It's like, yeah, I can't wait for the next gen big three. It's like Black Clover, like Academia, Fire Brigade of Flames. Like, they're the three new big battle shonens, and one's in a different magazine. Oh, it's cool like that, you know, competition. Like, and with it, thinking about that, and I'm like, it's like, one, I can guarantee, like, let's get the positives out here, like, straight away, because Bones, they're fucking, no one can deny. Bones is a fantastic studio. Like, oh my god, like for something I never really heard about, Blood Blockade Battlefront. I loved that show. That was my favorite show that year. Even with it getting delayed, it was amazing, and that even went off the beaten path at some points. Like with it, and it was 13 episodes, and I loved it, and its animation was just mwah, mwah. Oh my god, it was amazing. So I guess that can show as well that with 13 episodes that this is going to be a looker. I can guarantee you that people are going to be looking at this, and they're going to be doing some really dynamic stuff with the characters, I hope. But then as well, they are going to be limited to the material, and I think as well, they probably won't want to end it with any kind of filler, kind of like what Blood Blockade did. I don't that wouldn't go too well according to the fans at all. Or I feel like if anyone saw filler in it, they'd fucking snap. So where they're planning on going is, I kind of want to dance around it, but all I'll say is they're gonna probably end it at the Stain arc. That's where it's gonna end. I imagine by episode 6 or 7 we'll be already at the whole villain situation, and I think that's a good way to end it. You know, do that amount of chapters, but it's I'm still not even too sure. Honestly, even and this is kind of how Jump does it though. They always announce their series to have an anime by the time before they even got 100 chapters. I believe Nisekoi was at its I believe at this point it was being rumored to have an anime, and then just before it got chapter 100 it got announced an anime. Same thing happened with a bunch of, I think Ass Class had the same thing. I'm not too sure. I think Ass Class just had over 100 chapters, and it's personally when it comes to my situation, it's Tokyo Ghoul pretty much finished itself up when it got announced in anime, and it was they seriously had it all planned and had it all done there, and it's that would have made more sense then if you did the Tokyo Ghoul, oh, by the way, we're gonna do 30 episodes. Even with that, I still think 40 is the most that you would need to do Tokyo Ghoul, all of season 1, and even that's going a little bit faster there. I mean, 50 episodes is you know, that's a dream, but I highly doubt that. And they got 24 to do 154 chances, and it wasn't even that great of an adaptation. Especially that second half. The first half I love. I absolutely adore that, even with its issues, but it's I don't know, man. I just feel this is what's gonna happen. People are gonna love, you know, this series. People are gonna oh yeah, I can't wait for it. But once that cram, once that waiting period, because there's hardly any material there, once that hunger starts coming for it and all that, people are gonna start losing interest. And that's kind of the thing with, I guess, with when you get to seasonal stuff like that, and especially with shows I love and all that, and it's I would love if a lot more shows that come out these days actually became more ongoing, or had longer episodes, and had you know, seasons and stuff, more seasons. But it's that just doesn't happen in this environment, and it's just it's a safer way to approach it. Say oh, Academia gets 13 episodes, so oh, here we go and all that, instead of making it ongoing, because you know, look what happened with World Trigger. World Trigger absolutely fucking flops. No one really gives a fuck about World Trigger. But I feel the Japanese should know by kind of the market, and by both looking at their market and also as well looking at the Americans, saying oh, this is actually going to be working more well. We have more of a bigger chance with this. And it's like, they kind of want to pull it back. Like, World Trigger should have been 13 episodes, and this should have been like the fifth, like, what, World Trigger into the 70s now? But even still, the fact still remains, I don't think this should have had an anime yet. A big emphasis on yet. Like, I really don't want this to happen with Clover. I'm going to be mad excited when that happens, but it's like, even still, like, I'm glad Academia is getting an anime. It shouldn't be now, though. I still really want to put my foot down that we should at least, at like 120, I think 120 may be fine to like announce the anime, because by then, when you get announced all the seasons and dates and what have you, then everything's all fine, you can move with it, and it's like, yeah, you got like 150 chapters to work with. That's fine, like that, but it's like, still, like, not even 90 chapters? Ugh, so, like, that to me is like, ugh, yeah, I don't like that. And then that just shows, like, it depends how much Bones wants to adapt the material, like, how much do they want to do? Which is getting the Stay Night. Do they want to do, like, 50 odd, 60 odd chapters? Then you got like 20 chapters to sit on. It's like, well, we've got to wait for like another year's worth of chapters and a bit before we can even come back announcing, unless they want to do any kind of like some filler into it. So it really does depend on all that, like what's going to be happening. I'm still going to be watching it. I'm still excited for the anime. I'm very much looking forward to like Stain. I'm very much looking forward to the Bakugo stuff. I'm really looking forward to that. But we'll have to wait and see, and I just want to hear the opening by now. That's kind of the main thing with me, but that's all for me, so let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think this is way too early for Academia? And also as well, did the actual result to say like, oh, it has 13 episodes, did that really turn you off it a bit? Like saying, so honestly, we'll have to wait and see. I think what Academia is probably going to be, I'd imagine that the anime is going to be better than the manga. I can pretty much guarantee with that, especially with a studio like this. I can guarantee the manga, like the anime is going to be better than it. But then as well, could shit its bed, although we haven't seen Bones shit its bed, even with like the whole filler stuff that they did with Soul Eater. Soul Eater still looked amazing, and they kind of did real well with it, even with like kind of mixing material, and just like the latest stuff that they did, Blood Blockade, Battlefront. If they just used like the team that they had for that, it would be amazing. So for me, if you love Academia as much as I do, then how about you hit that like and subscribe button down below. But that's all for me. I've been Sanctuary Panda, and I'll see you and you Academia fans next time.